Edu Manzano still calls Angel Locsin as ANAK. The supporters of Angel Locsin were delighted upon seeing the exchanging of messages of her and the father of her ex-boyfriend Luis Manzano. This happened last Thursday. It is in evidence that the Angel Locsin and Edu Manzano maintained their good relationship even after the breakup of Luis and Angel. The exchanging of messages started after Angel Locsin posted a photo of Edu's gifts for her which he bought during his travels. "New additions to my mini collection. Thanks Tito at Edu Manzano for remembering," written by Angel. The actor then replied, "You're most welcome ANAK. Now I know to look for new ones. Salahat Pupantehan Co. Stay healthy." It is good to know that Edu still considers Angel as his ANAK. The news and video. Online supporters of Duterte slammed the witness Matabato for his unreliable statements. During the recent controversial Senate hearing on the extrajudicial hearing, former Philippine Commission on Human Rights Chairwoman Leila de Lima brought out a witness to the stand to testify on what he knows about the killings. Senator de Lima, who was also the chairwoman of the committee, introduced Edgar Matabato, a self-proclaimed member of the rumored Davao death squad. This man, Matabato, said that there was a time when himself along with 30 gunmen were asked by then-former Davao Mayor Rodrigo Duterte to shoot a person but managed to live. The supporters of Duterte, including the alleged appointed social media secretary of the Duterte administration, Mokoyu Sunblog, exploded on the internet with furious comments and were angered by the ridiculousness of the witness statements. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre too also believes that the Senate wasted its time on Matabato. The most improbable statement made by Edgar Matabato yesterday? 30 persons shot a person but the latter was still alive and it took Mayor Duterte 2 magazine load of an Uzi rifle to finish the life of the person. It's so incredible. Aguirre said. Some Filipino netizens chose to laugh at the preposterousness of the witness confessions. One netizen on Facebook even joked, "Urgent hiring." Senator de Lima now is looking for new star witness against PRRD. The news and video. Snoring at night? This can definitely do the trick in getting rid of snoring. Must try. We all hate snoring, be it you or any one of your roommates. But just as much we hate it, this is very common all around the world. It's actually pretty problematic as it doesn't just disturb sleeping of other people or the one doing it, but can be an indication of more serious problems. Some may be overweight or alcoholic. Some just have constricted airways that causes the snore. But whatever the reason, you don't have to worry as a natural way is available in getting rid of this snore. Introducing the anti-snore juice. Many have tried and got positive results. It is time to see it for yourself. Ingredients: 2 apples, 2 carrots, 1/4 lemon, 1 fresh ginger root. 1. Mix the ingredients together in a blender or juicer to create smoothie-like juice. Drink it several hours before going to bed. Apples and carrots helps clear the nose which causes the snore. They also make your sleep a good one. Ginger helps reduce excess pressure or pain and relieves nostril. While lemon juice on the other hand, helps thin out nasal fluids. The news and video. Ambush survivor exposed that Senate witness Matabato tried to kill Kim back in 2014, retired agrarian reform adjudicator support and proves the statement of Edgar Matabato as the same person who tried to kill him on an ambush dated October 23, 2014. Lawyer Beto Salcedo Jr. said Rappler during an interview on Friday, September 16, Nakuritan ko, wala ko nakatingog, I was shocked, I was speechless. I clearly remember his eyes, nose, and mouth, every attribute, including his ball cap. He is the same person who tried to kill me on October 23, 2014, he added. Salcedo's statement and date of ambush would be an important point in the Senate probe if was indeed carried out by Matabato as he stand as the state witness of Senator Leila de Lima. Ambush happened on the 23rd of October 2014. Matabato was supposedly to have been in the Witness Protection Program of the Department of Justice under de Lima in September 2014. Edgar Matabato was the one who testified during the Senate Committee's third hearing on extrajudicial killings which was allegedly pointing out the Duterte administration's anti-drug campaign. He was saying that he was part of the Davao death squad, linked to President Duterte way back during his term as the Davao City Mayor. The news and video. Hitman can get protection outside Senate. Drilon, denied protective custody within the Senate. Self-confessed Davao Death Squad member Edgar Matabato can still enjoy protection from the Chamber's Committee on Justice and Human Rights, before which he had testified on President Duterte's links to the group. Senate President pro tempore Franklin Drilon said it was within the prerogative of Senate President Aquilino Pimentel III to decide on recommendations to place witnesses under the protective custody of the Senate. However, Drilon said the Senate President's power covers only custody within the grounds of the Senate and not outside the premises. Senate President Pimentel has the discretion whether or not to place a person inside the premises of the Senate. But as whether or not one is placed under the committee's protective custody is within the power of the committee, Drilon said. The committee also has the power, and can opt to, provide protection to its witnesses even outside of the Senate. Such power cannot be vetoed by the Senate President, he added. During last Thursday's hearing on the alleged extrajudicial and summary killings of suspected drug pushers, Senator Antonio Trillanes IV requested that Matabato be placed under the protective custody of the Senate and given legislative immunity. Headlines, Article Merc, Page Match, 1, Section Match, 1, the recommendation was carried by De Lima and relayed to Pimentel. However, on the same day, Pimentel rejected the request, saying that there is no Senate rule to justify it and no showing that his life or safety is threatened. He added that the testimony of Matabato was not even relevant to the resolution being investigated. Drilon said the provision of protective custody to witnesses has long been done in the Senate, including during the time when he was Senate President. But since Pimentel has rejected to grant this to Matabato, Drilon said that the Committee on Justice and Human Rights led by De Lima can proceed with securing the witness on its own, outside of the Senate. He said the committee has a working budget that it can use to cover for the expenses involved. In an interview over Twiz yesterday, Pimentel said the Senate is not the proper place to ask for protection for Matabato. What is Matabato in the eyes of the Senate? There is no pending matter in the Senate about that. Let us ensure the security of Matabato, but please, spare the Senate. Please go to the correct government agency, Pimentel said. He agreed with Drilon that the committee can work on securing Matabato as long as it does not involve the Senate facilities or its employees or the Chamber's budget. Drilon said he would like to have Matabato back in a future hearing of the committee so he can share more information about the killings in Davao City. What Matabato revealed were serious allegations against no less than the president and his family. So let's not be quick in passing judgment because the institution and the state is at stake. We have to examine his statements carefully because they are serious allegations. We must avoid premature conclusions, Drilon said. We cannot say, at this point, that he's telling a lie, but neither can we accept that his testimony is the whole truth. At this point, it is too early to assess. We have to continue the questioning so we can ferret out the truth, he added. But Pimentel disagreed, saying Matabato's testimony was outside of the scope of the probe being conducted by the committee. He said he would talk to De Lima tomorrow to find out how far she intends to go with Matabato's testimony. We are going farther and farther away from the topic. If she wants to establish a pattern between the Davao and current killings, then that would require a separate resolution. That is no longer the same topic, Pimentel said. Trillanes, for his part, said that there were clear political considerations in the decision of Pimentel since he and the president are allies. Coco should be the last person to put a stop to this testimony. In the investigation against former Vice President, Jejomar Binay, we were hearing the same thing, that the issues taken up were no longer connected to the resolution. But it was because of this that we were able to see the extent of the corruption of VP Binay, Trillanes said. Trillanes, Pimentel and Senator Alan Peter Cayetano spearheaded the probe on Binay in the previous Congress. The news and video, texters fight for number 1, TNT Catropa and Barangay Ginebra, marquee ball clubs of corporate rivals the MVP Group and San Miguel Corporation, provide a climactic end in the PBA Governor's Cup eliminations as they face off for number 1 finish at the Alante Sports Center in Binan, Laguna tonight. The Trepang Texters and the Jin Kings fight for pride and top seeding in the quarter-finals as they clash in a virtual playoff duel at 6:45 p.m. San Miguel Beer, another SMC top team assured of a top 4 finish, breaks in old import Elijah Millsap as the Beermen tangle with the Blackwater Elite in the first game at 4:30 p.m. TNT, 9-1, Ginebra, 8-2, and San Miguel, 7-3, are all guaranteed of spots in the top 4 and the twice-to-beat reward in the quarter-finals. But they only find their final playoff seedings after their matches tonight. "It's still a crucial game for both teams," said TNT coach John Uichiko. "I don't think either team is going to give an inch. It could turn out to be the best non-bearing game in history," said Ginebra coach Tim Cohen. Sportshub, article Merck, page match, 1, section match, 1. The winner in the Ginebra TNT tussle advances to the quarters versus the last seed, which is either Rain or Shine or Phoenix Petroleum. The E-Painters and the Fuel Masters knock each other out for the last quarters slot at the Big Dome on Wednesday. A win by Ginebra forges a tie with TNT at number 1 at 9-2. In that scenario, the Jin Kings take playoff top seeding via the winner over the other rule. The Texters, however, will surely come out strong to avoid a quarter-finals matchup with MVP Group sister ball club NLEX. Meanwhile, the Jin Kings are also likely to go all out to avoid a possible semi-final collision with the San Miguel Beermen. Thus, the Texters and the Jin Kings could really figure in a fierce showdown in the final game of the single round-robin elims. TNT is also out to complete a coast-to-coast domination of the elims, while Ginebra is out to steal the thunder on a possible 5-game closing romp. Thank you for watching videos like you. Remember, the channel, register and comment below. Thank you.